used to wonder if God could find me in all the places I've managed to hide. Been carrying my name like it was something to be ashamed of, like the syllables themselves had a criminal record attached. Introduce myself to strangers with a half-truth and a handshake, and save the full version for nobody. Nobody ever asked. But somewhere in the decade, somewhere in the accumulation of everything I've been and everywhere I've been, something started shifting in the architecture of my posture. Started standing in my name instead of running from it.
Because heaven
already knew it before I learned to say it without flinching.
Heaven knows my name.
Every chapter, every shame, every mile I ran the other way.
Heaven knows my name.
Not the version I constructed, not the one I thought they wanted, just the man beneath the story. Heaven knows my name. I read somewhere that God knew me before the world began, that before my mother held me, he already had a plan. And I'll be honest, I spent 30 years thinking that was for other people, cleaner people, people with less on the floor of their closet, less in their file, less buried in the yard. I figured the foreknowledge of God had a clean people stand. But then I read the list of who he chose throughout the book, and I noticed that the criminals and broken made the cut.
Because heaven
already knew them, the way it knows me, the way it knows you. Heaven knows my name. Every chapter, every shame, every mile I ran the other way.
Heaven knows my name.
Not the version I constructed, not the one I thought they wanted, just the man beneath the story. Heaven knows my name. There's something about being fully known and still fully chosen that dismantles the armor in a way that nothing else can touch. You can forgive a man who didn't know what he was doing, but a God who knew everything and showed up anyway. That requires a different kind of reckoning, a different kind of standing in the open and saying,
You
you knew,
and you came anyway.
thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Now I say my name different. Now there's less apology in the vows. Now I introduce myself to God in the morning like someone who belongs in a conversation. Because I do, because heaven knows it.
Heaven knows my name. Heaven knows my name.
Heaven knows my name.
Knows my name.
Every scar and every chapter, heaven knows my name. Thank God,
Thank God,
thank God.
thank God.
Heaven knows.
Heaven knows my name.
Cowboy hat and the cross, that's the whole uniform right there. Don't need much else to say it. Cowboy hat and a cross. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's the whole uniform right there. Don't need much else to say it. Yeah. Walked into the city with my country still on. Had my granddaddy's boots and my daddy's strong song. People look twice like the combination was wrong. Like where I came from and where I'm going couldn't get along. But I've been carrying both sides of the story my whole life. The dirt road and the gospel, the 808 and the fife. And I refuse to split myself in half just so somebody's comfortable with where my influences go. Cowboy hat on my head, cross around my neck, both of them belong there, neither one's a flex. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's my whole identity. Yeah. Cowboy hat and a cross, both have always been in me. Yeah. One says where I come from, one says where I'm going to. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's the whole truth. That's the whole truth. They put me in a box before they heard a single bar. Found me under either or before they knew who we are. Country folks said that's too hip-hop, hip-hop said too twang. And I said good, that means I'm exactly where I sang. In the gap between the genres where the real ones always live, where you take what you were given and you figure out how to give something back that's bigger than the categories they assign. That's the cowboy hat and cross philosophy of mine. Cowboy hat on my head, cross around my neck, both of them real, neither one's for effect. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's my whole identity. Cowboy hat and a cross, both have always been in me. One says where I come from, one says where I'm going to. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's the whole truth. My grandmother wore a cross to every rodeo. My grandfather wore his hat to every prayer, you know. And I watched them be whole people, not split down the middle by someone else's need. To put the sacred and the country in separate rows of seats. They just lived it all together like it was always meant to be. And I'm just doing what they showed me. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's family, yeah. So now I wear it like a uniform, like a flag, like a signature, like a statement, like an answer to every question. And my music is the question and the statement. You wanna know who I am? Look at what's on my head and what hangs in my chest. Cowboy hat and a cross, God in the South and all the red. Cowboy hat and a cross, that's me. Cowboy hat and a cross, always been. One for the road I came from, one for where I'm going in. Cowboy hat and a cross, cowboy hat and a cross. Cowboy hat and a cross. I used to think broken meant finished. Now I think it might be where it all starts. I got a record that follows me everywhere I go. Got a past that shows up at the door before I even knock, you know. Got the kind of history that makes people cross the street. Got the kind of face that churches sometimes don't know how to greet. But I walked in anyway one Sunday, backroad hat pulled low. Figured I'd slip out before the end, nobody'd have to know. And the pastor said something I don't even think he knew he said. He said God builds his best work out of what the world calls dead. And I sat there in that pew with everything I was, and felt something shift that I can't explain, because
beautifully broken,
that's what I am.
beautifully broken,
Not where it ends, where it began. Every crack let the light in, every scar tells the truth My daughter found an old mug shot while she was browsing online. She came to me and asked me, "Daddy, is this really you from that time?" I sat down on the floor right where I was standing, and I told her every chapter in plain language. No sugarcoating, no landing. Soft, just the truth, just the years, just the weight of it all. And she crawled into my lap like she was 6 years old and said, "Daddy, you look different now." And I said, "Baby, that's the whole story. That's what grace does somehow. You're sitting all that broken, and you let something in, and the beautifully broken gets to start again. Beautifully broken, that's what I am. Beautifully broken, not where it ends, where it began. Every crack let the light in, every scar tells the truth.
Beautifully broken
Was the only way through.
Beautifully broken.
I don't wanna be inspirational, I wanna be real. I was a man who hurt people, and I carry that still. And grace didn't erase it, it redeemed it, which is different. Redemption says it happened, and something good came from it. And I'm still happening, I'm still being made. So if you got a mugshot, if you got a file somewhere, if you got a version of yourself you can't believe you were, welcome to the room, welcome to the pew in the back. Beautifully broken is not a destination, it's the whole track.
Beautifully broken.
Still here,
Beautifully broken.
still clear. Every crack, every scar,
Every mile,
every wall,
every wall.
beautifully broken. That's what we are.
Beautifully broken.
That's what we are. 20 songs for 20 years, depending on how you count. Either way, here's what I know now. I've been every version of myself that you can imagine. The one who ran, the one who fell, the one who kept on happening. Against his better judgment, against the odds the world was giving. The one who showed up broken in a room and kept on living. I've been the bottle in the Bible, the outlaw and the grateful. I've been the prodigal son, pulling up to find the table. Already sit, already waiting, like he knew the whole time that I'd run every other direction and still find my way back to mine.
And every road I took,
However wrong the head,
led me back to one thing.
kept not needing me to be anything other than exactly what I am. Grace wins every single time. Grace wins at the end of every line. I ran from it, I doubted it, I called it names in the dark. Grace wins, it always has, it always finds the heart. Grace wins. I think about the songs that came before this final one. The muddy water and the scarecrow standing in the sun. The bottle and the Bible, the tattoos on the testimony. The gravel road, the Damascus, the favor and the holy. I think about the wild ones and the outlaws and the broken, and every word of truth that somebody had to finally spoken out loud instead of swallowing it back down in the silence. And I realized every song was really just one sentence, that grace was never something you could earn. It was something reaching past everything you learned about deserving, past the ledger and the score. Grace wins every single time. Grace wins at the end of every line. I ran from it, I doubted it, I called it names in the dark. Oh, grace wins. It always has. It always finds a heart. I don't know what you're carrying into this song right now. I don't know what you've done or what's been done to you or how you got to where you're listening to a man like me tell us, but I know this much from living it. Grace is not conditional. It doesn't need you cleaned up, it doesn't need you ready. It needs you honest, it needs you here, it needs you just steady enough to say I'm still here, still trying, still in range. And grace will meet you right there. Grace wins even for you.
Grace wins,
Especially for you. So here's 20 songs laid down like 20 miles of road. Some of them smooth, some of them gravel, some of them unpaved and cold. All of them true, all of them pointing at the same thing, at a God who keeps on finding us no matter what the world brings. At a grace that doesn't care what chapter you're arriving from. At a mercy new each morning, whether you believe in it or some days you don't, still there. It was always there. It will always be there.
grace wins,
Grace wins.
grace wins.
Grace wins.
Every road,
Every scar,
every mile,
every bar.
grace wins, grace wins, grace wins.
Oh, grace wins. Grace wins. For everyone they told didn't belong.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
This one's for you.
Wild ones find their way. Wild ones.
Oh, Grew up in the back of every room they said I never owned. Grew up with the family history carved into my bones. Told I was too loud, yeah. Told I was too much. Told the only place I'd end up was behind a fence of cuss. But something in me never let that narrative sit right. Something kept showing up and fighting through the night. Not with fists, with trying, with just refusing to stay down. But waking up and choosing to be found. Cause the wild ones always had a way of finding something worth the wait, of getting up again and saying, this ain't where my story ends today. Wild ones find their way. We always find our way. Through the fire and the long nights, through the things we can't explain.
Wild ones find their way.
Grace finds the wild ones too.
Wild ones.
And it don't matter where you started, it matters what you choose.
Wild ones
Yeah.
find their
I know a woman who raised 3 kids on nothing and a prayer, who worked 2 jobs and still showed up for every single day. Life threw at her and smiled while doing it somehow. I asked her once a secret, she said I don't know when to bow out. She said quitting just never looked good on me, so I kept wearing, showing up like it was all I had for free. And I watched her walk into that church like she owned every pew. That's what wild ones look like when grace gets all the way through. Cause the wild ones always had a way finding something worth the wait, of getting up again and saying, this ain't where my story ends today.
Wild ones find their way.
We always find our way through the fire and the long nights, through the things we can't explain.
Wild ones find their way.
Grace finds the wild ones too, and it don't matter where you started, it matters what you choose.
Wild ones
Yeah.
find their
If you've been told you're too far gone,
You're not.
if you've been told grace isn't for you,
It is.
if you've been standing at the door too long,
Come in.
wild ones belong here too.
Always did.
I used to drive past churches like they were built for other people.
Oh yeah.
Used to figure God had favorites and I wasn't in the steeple.
Oh